Doppelgänger, the clone you weren't supposed to see. You're walking down the street, headphones in, minding your own business. Suddenly, you look up. There, across the street, standing perfectly still, is you. You blink. Same face. Same jacket. Same way you tilt your head when you're thinking. Your brain panics. No way. That's just a weird coincidence. Right? Then they do it too. They tilt their head. Exactly the same. This isn't a glitch. This is your backup, your NPC version from another timeline, just standing there, watching you. Sounds impossible? It's not. In 2015, a man named Neil Douglas boarded a flight to Ireland. Someone was already in his seat. The guy turned around, and he had Neil's exact face. Same hair, same beard, same smirk. They laughed, took a selfie, it went viral. That was harmless, but not every version looks friendly. Throughout history, people have reported seeing their doppelgangers, and it's almost never a good sign. Think Abraham Lincoln just days before his assassination, he saw two versions of himself, one normal, one ghostly pale. His wife took it as a sign and, well, you know the rest. If you ever see yourself walking towards you, don't say hi, don't even blink, just walk away, fast. Mandela Effect. Quick game. Does Pikachu have a black tip on his tail? You've seen him 1,000 times. TV, games, birthday cakes, that one friend who still says Pika Pika like it's 2025. So, black tip? If you said yes, bam, you just got Mandela'd. Pikachu's tail is solid yellow. Always has been. Same with the Monopoly Man. You're picturing him now. Top hat, monocle, the classic rich guy. Looks like he finds you just for looking at his hotel on Park Place. But here's the bug. He's never worn a monocle. Not once. He's been faking high society since 1936. Looks exactly like someone who should have a monocle. Just not in this version of reality. And Fruit of the Loom? You remember a cornucopia behind the fruit. That brown basket horn thing. Classic. Yeah, no, that never existed. Just apples, grapes, and disappointment. Like the cornucopia got deleted in the last update. So how do millions of people remember the same wrong thing? That's the Mandela Effect, when large groups of people share the same glitchy memory. And the name comes from Nelson Mandela because millions remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. Funeral on TV, news headlines, even school lessons. Except, that never happened. Mandela was released, he became president of South Africa, and died peacefully in 2013. So, what happened? Did everyone just misremember, or did reality quietly change? Maybe it pushed an update. Quiet. Overnight. Like one of those iPhone installs you never clicked install on. Déjà Vu. You walk into a cafe. The low hum of conversations fills the air. The smell of burnt espresso and something sweet. At the counter, a woman drops her purse. Coin spill. One coin rolls, stops beside your shoe. Man by the window checks his watch. Wait, what? It hits you. You've lived this before. You glance at the door. 3, 2, 1. You know who is about to walk in. Tall guy, gray hoodie, orders an iced coffee with oat milk. The door swings open. He walks in, says exactly that. You don't just recognize the moment, you remember it. Every beat, every blink, like you've already pressed play on this scene before. Your brain flagged the present as a memory, like hitting Control-Z on reality. Scientists say it's just a glitch, a tiny misfire between memory and perception. Your brain confuses the present for the past. Case closed. But if that's true, why do you know what happens next? Some say time isn't linear. It loops, folds, repeats. You're not remembering this moment, you're stuck in it. And maybe this is the timeline where you finally noticed. So ask yourself, how many times have you ordered the same drink? Jamais Vu. You're typing away. The word appetite pops up on your screen. But wait, appetite? You've typed it 1,000 times and now it looks wrong. Appetite. Appetite. What? Wait, no, it's not just me, right? It's like your brain hit a glitch, a complete system crash. It feels completely off. That's Jamais Vu. It's the evil twin of Déjà Vu, where something familiar suddenly feels totally foreign. Your brain totally forgot to update the software and now it's running Windows 95. Ever walked into your house and suddenly thought, did the floors always look like this? Wasn't that wall a different color yesterday? You shake it off and move on, but that weird feeling sticks around. Scientists call it semantic satiation. Your brain gets overloaded with repetition and gets confused and boom, you get a memory error. So next time your own handwriting feels like it's written by a stranger or your house feels like it belongs to someone else, just know, it's not you, it's a glitch. Missing time, the desync error. You're on the bus, music looping, rain sliding down the window. You glance at the clock, 3:02 p.m. You blink, 3:47. You didn't nap, didn't scroll, didn't move. 45 minutes? Gone. This is missing time. Your brain hits autopilot and stops recording. Science calls it highway hypnosis. But it doesn't just happen on highways. Sometimes you're mid-conversation and suddenly your friend's looking at you like you lagged out. What happened? Maybe your brain didn't forget. Maybe reality just pressed Ctrl X. Cut. Deleted. Gone. So next time the clock skips, don't just shrug. Maybe part of your day lagged in time, and you'll never know what got removed. Bystander Effect. You're walking down a busy street. Someone collapses, hard, face first on the pavement. You freeze. Everyone else? Also frozen. You wait for someone, anyone, to help. A doctor, a kind stranger, a guy with a granola bar. Nothing. Everyone's watching, but no one moves. That's the bystander effect, a weird social bug where the more people are around, the less likely anyone is to do anything, because everyone's thinking someone else will step in. But since everyone thinks that, no one does. And it gets darker. People have choked in restaurants with full crowds just staring. Women attacked in broad daylight and still silence. It's like a multiplayer event where every player is waiting for other players to press start. Psychologists say it's social pressure, diffusion of responsibility, blah blah blah. But what if it's something else? What if some people around you aren't fully running? What if they're background characters, NPCs, waiting for a line of dialogue that never comes? And if no one says it, the event doesn't load. Next time you're in a crowd and no one moves, don't just wait. Ask yourself, are they even playing the same game? Or just stuck, waiting for the script to run? Sleep paralysis, the cutscene you can't skip. It's the middle of the night. You're awake, but you can't move. You stare at the ceiling, your room, the soft glow of a streetlight outside. Everything's still. Everything's normal. Except you can't move. Not your fingers, not your toes, not your voice. Then you feel it. A pressure. Heavy. Crushing your chest. The air thickens around you, and then that shadow moves. You can't look away. You can't scream. You can't do anything. You're awake, frozen, trapped inside your body, stuck in this moment. This is sleep paralysis. Science says it's simple. Your brain wakes up before your body does. You're still in REM sleep, where your muscles shut down to stop you from acting out your dreams. It's supposed to be a protection mechanism. Cool, right? Except then you feel it. Something in the room, watching, standing at the edge of your bed, and every second feels longer than it should. People across the world from different cultures and backgrounds report the same thing during sleep paralysis. A dark figure standing by the bed. So, is this a bug? Maybe it's just your brain hallucinating a shadowy figure, or maybe, just maybe, you're not supposed to be seeing that thing. It's part of the game that you're not supposed to access. Yet. Dreams into reality. Message or memory. You wake up, but something's off. You remember a dream, too clear, too vivid, too specific. A conversation that never happened, a location you've never been, a warning you don't understand. Then, a few days later, it shows up. That same place, that same phrase, that dream became real. Sometimes it's even more personal. You dream of someone you've lost, a family member you cared about, gone for a while now. But in the dream, they're there, smiling, talking, telling you something important. and then you wake up. You can still smell them, their perfume, their cologne, like they've just been in the room. You chalk it up to memory, emotion, wishful thinking. But what if it wasn't? What if dreams don't just come from your mind, they also pull things into it? Some believe dreams are just mental noise, random static from a tired brain. Others say they're simulations, test builds of reality that never launched. So when a dream comes true, maybe it's not you remembering, maybe it's reality syncing up, or catching up. Next time you dream something too real, too specific, write it down. It might not be fiction. It might be scheduled content. Spontaneous human combustion. Imagine you're chilling on your couch, sipping some tea, maybe reading a book. The room's peaceful, everything's normal, and then, without warning, you burst into flames. Not from a candle, not from an accident, but from within. Your body literally ignites, like some weird human candle. The flames spread, burning away while the rest of you just melts, except for your legs. They're untouched. That, my friend, is spontaneous human combustion, a major bug in the system that no one has figured out how to fix. Some say it's the wick effect, where your body fat works like candle wax, fueling the fire. But hold up, why does some cases stop halfway? How do your legs stay intact while the rest of you burns to a crisp? Take the case of Margaret Hogan in 1970. Her body was found mostly burned, but her legs? Completely fine. It's like reality glitched, didn't finish the process and just left some parts behind. So what's going on? Did someone accidentally hit the self-destruct button? Next time you feel a little too warm and you're nowhere near an open flame, check the system. Maybe you're running on a bug that wasn't supposed to happen. Quantum immortality. You should be dead. That car missed you by inches. Lucky, right? But what if it wasn't just luck? What if you're not really supposed to die? Quantum immortality is like the game that never ends. Every time you die, your consciousness doesn't disappear. It just jumps into another version of reality where you survived. It's like a video game where you never hit game over. You just respawn. Take Frain Salak, for instance, a man who dodged death more times than he had fingers. In 1962, his train derailed into a river. 17 people drowned. He didn't. The next year, his plane crashed. He survived. Then came car crashes, a bus crash, and even a car explosion. And yet, he won the lottery. For Frain, it's like every time his life almost ended, reality just respawned him into another timeline. But what happens when you run out of timelines? Is there a game over? Or do we meet again in the next video?